Hey guys, welcome back to the next episode of Minecraft. Alright, so today we are going to be opening up the east wing of our castle over here. Not only that, but we are also going to be doing some work on the giant pit of doom. So I've got a little bit of glass here, I got my walkway established, and I'm just starting on the hole. And this is slow. I can't stand this. This has been actually running for like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes now. Maybe not that long, but yeah, this is dumb. I can't handle that. We're going to set up this machine to go a little faster than this and yeah, make some progress, and we're probably going to do the same thing as the mountain when we destroyed the mountain and have a button that we can click to make it go a level lower. And then this over here, this is the beginnings of the east wing. So we've got some work here. We've got to build a couple more towers. Actually, I think we're going to do 4 towers in total, just like the ones over here. Did I say towers? I meant columns. But the columns here are going to be the same as those over there. So of course that's a little tedious of a build for me, so I've got the trusty cannon here, the schematic cannon, ready to go, ready to start placing some columns. And then we are going to start digging into this wall, but we have to be careful here because we can't dig too far or else we're going to interfere with our little, I don't know what to call this thing, I guess like an oasis? Yeah, I think that's a good word for it. Let's call this the oasis. Yeah, we don't have much room here, so we could probably only come out to right about here. So this area right here, we've got a little project that we're going to work on here, and it has to do with the schematic cannon. It's going to build everything we need over here. You guys are just going to have to wait and see what's going on with that. Anyway, let's get started on this pit here because it's going to take a lot of time for us to get this pit dug out, and the sooner we get going on it, the better. Alright, so you can see we have the drills here, and they're moving, well, pretty slowly. So as you can see, if you add more sails to your contraption, it'll speed it up a little bit. We had it going pretty slow. Now it's really booking. All right, let's get started on our contraption here. So we're just going to start out with a ton of drills here. Now, it doesn't really speed up the process the more drills you have, but it does eliminate the chance of getting those weird missing blocks like we did when we tore down the big mountain. This is just to eliminate that from happening again. Hopefully it does a good job. In my testing, if you just have a single strip, sometimes you get missing blocks depending on the size, and the faster you go, the more of a chance of missing blocks. So we're going to try to go pretty quick with this thing, which is why we're going to add so many sails here. I want it to go as fast as possible just to get this done as quickly as possible, but you know, we'll see. I may actually have to get rid of some of these sails if it goes too fast. All right, let's try with that and see what happens. And just like with our other build, we've got the windmill bearing right there to turn this into a contraption. We've got the rope pulley. Let's see, I'm going to move this one. I'm going to put my sequential gear shift there. Let's get this vertical gearbox here. Another windmill bearing. And this windmill is going to be the one that powers the, let's see, the dropping. It's going to power the rope pulley to allow it to drop down. So I'm going to go a little heavy with the sails just so it can work a little quicker. Because the last one when we were destroying the mountain, it worked super slow. So yeah, let's get a few more up here. Okay, there we go. That's set. Oh, we need to give it a redstone link. And all we need to do, oh, there's a lot of leftover glue here. Let's get rid of that. All we need to do is glue all this together. Okay, looks to be all glued up. Let's head back up there. I'm not going to worry about this chest for now, but let's turn this thing on. And click. I said click. Oops, was supposed to be a windmill bearing, not a mechanical bearing. Look at these things. They look exactly alike, aside from the color. Okay, we need to put a windmill bearing here. There we go. Okay, now it should work. Let's go ahead and click. There we go. And already, I think this is moving quicker than the other contraption did. A little bit quicker. I mean, not by much. Oh, yeah, it is working. Yeah, that's pretty good progress. Okay, that's good, that's good. Let's let that make a full rotation, and then we'll test to make sure that it actually goes down. Ah, this is what I was talking about. It just leaves all these blocks behind. That's a lot of cleanup. I'm hoping the second pass will take care of it, but... yeah, this is just like when we removed the hill. I mean, it wasn't bad at first, but it got real bad later on. Well, let's see if a second pass will clean that up. Okay, this is super inconsistent. It got a lot of it on the second pass, and then it got some more on the third pass, and then even some more on the fourth pass. So I'm really concerned that this isn't going to be fully consistent. How do I know if it's done like 3 or 4 passes already? But I've got another idea that I've been wanting to try. Let me get set up for this other idea. Well, I did a thing, and that thing is a lot of glass. That was several inventories worth of glass that we used here. Now, what we're planning on doing here, hopefully this is going to be a little faster than this thing here. If it is, I might actually get this done in this episode. Okay, let's give it a try. Oh, and then this is not glued to the rest of it either, so that should stay there just in case this doesn't work out. Okay, I've got this thing set for 180 degrees. That should be enough to get it down 1 block. Let's give it a try. Oh, I gotta turn this thing on first. There we go. Okay, that's on. Okay, here we go. Oh, come on.
2 hours later.
Okay, you know what? Forget all this. Forget this. Forget all this junk. Forget all that. I found a better way to do this. So I've been trying to figure this out, been racking my brain on it. I thought it was doable, but I guess it's not. So I've got another way that's working. I've already tested it in a creative world, and it's working. So let me clean this up, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, everything's cleaned up. Now, this is the fastest way I have found to mine. So I've had to go into the settings and make some adjustments so that way a minecart contraption can actually pick up this many blocks, because normally it can't pick up this many blocks. So be careful if you try this on your own, because it might crash your computer if it's too much for it. I'm not having too hard of a problem. I know my old computer had a hard problem picking up this many blocks, so yeah, beware. Okay, I'm just gonna connect this here, glue this up to there. Okay, now everything's glued up here. I'm going to put down my minecart. Let me drop down. There we go. Put on my switch. There we go. Pick it up. And there we go. Okay, so I've got all of those blocks in my inventory. Let's go down one more. Okay. Rail, cart assembler, switch. Contraption. There we go. Broke some blocks out there. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Okay. Down one more. Here we go. We should break all these blocks right here. Rail, assembler, switch, contraption. Ooh, that was a lag spike. And look at that. All those blocks are now broken. Flip the switch, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Down one. So we've got about 100 blocks to go. Just about 100 to reach the... Oh, there we go. To reach the ancient city below. Ooh, that's a lot of blocks. This might get a little laggy. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, and down. And then just rinse and repeat. Bam, 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 and there we go. Big lag spike. There we go. Nice. This is working out. I'm liking how this is working out. It's moving a lot faster, 10 times faster than the spinning pinwheel thing. So I think this is what we're going to do. I'm probably going to take, I don't know, maybe an hour and just see how far I could go. I should be able to get to the bottom in no time. I see an ancient city. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in here. Unfortunately, we broke into our oasis a little bit here, and yeah, that's kind of sad. I'll have to fix up the wall a little bit and hide our damage, but it shouldn't be too bad of a problem. Coming down here, we've got all this that we still need to take out. So what I did is I worked my way all the way down to this level and kept breaking open the ring. I started pushing the walls a little further out, a couple blocks out this way. But this whole section's got to get done at some point, and I'm going to have to build another contraption to take this out. That's going to take some doing, but I'm sure you guys don't want to see me do that. I can probably work on that off camera. But yeah, I'm happy that we finally broke into this ancient city and we can see it from the top now. So that is cool. That's good. I'm pleased with that. And now we can get going on the next project for today's episode. All right, so coming over here, we've got our schematic cannon ready to go. I've got some pillars set up and I need to dig out a little bit on that wall. So, okay, let me get the schematic cannon all lined up with its material and we'll get started on this area. All right, we got our pillars all done here. Okay, so now it's time to work on the next area. This is going to be our villager trading hall. And with this hall, obviously it's going to be full of villagers, but we're also going to have a way for our excess materials that we make in our factories to be able to go through this hall and fill up any chests so we can use them for trading in here. So I've got a nice little design that I'm going to be using to do that. All right, so here is our first module. I'm going to basically be repeating this module over and over and over again until this whole room is filled up with it. So that should hopefully hold up the majority of the villagers we need. I don't think we're going to get every possible trade. I probably won't go for every single book, but at least I can get all the major stuff that I'm going to be using. All right, so with this module, the villager's going to sit on that pressure plate right there. Pressure plate's going to close this trapdoor right up here. Now, the way I kind of designed this is villagers are going to be able to walk in this little hallway right here. And anytime that there is an open space, they will drop down through this trapdoor, step on this pressure plate, and then a little redstone torches up here will trigger and close that trapdoor. So that way a villager can walk past it and get to the next open slot, which will be right here, and take up this one. So hopefully that all works out. It's been a while since I've tested this design. I don't think there's been any changes to the villager AI, but yeah, hopefully this still works. So what we're going to do is start the schematic cannon and do this 20,000 times until this room is filled, and we should be all good. In the meantime, I'm going to work on decorating this outer area and, I don't know, pertifying it a little bit. All right, here we go. Well, we just got done with our training hall here. Let's take a look at what we got. All these bins, all these bays, they should all be exactly the same. This was all done with the schematic cannon. And then of course I did the floor and the roof and all of that up there myself. Yeah, I'm liking it. It's pretty dark. Of course, most of our builds have been pretty dark. I wanted to try to incorporate maybe some red or some of that green in here, but I couldn't find exactly where I could do that. Anyway, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. All right, so what we're going to have to do next is start filling up this trading hall with workbenches for them to get attracted to. So that'll be things like the fletching table, blast furnace, the lectern table, you know, stuff like that. And we'll start lining up what we want and where we want it, and those are going to go right underneath the trapdoors. Then the villagers are going to fall down there because they're going to be attracted to their profession from up here. They'll basically fall down into these gutters, and then they'll go down to their profession table. And the way that they get up here is through this little hole right here. So let's go on up here and take a look. Right here, I've got the villager breeder ready to go. I just need to, well, get some villagers. I got my importer there. We're probably going to go out to the village nearby and grab them in boats and just boat them through the nether and into here. So with this design, you don't need to really bother with them. You just stick them in here and they'll breed. I still need to put the 2 composter tables, which are going to go right here on top of those 2 wood spots. And they're just going to walk around and pick up carrots and breed, and yeah, eventually the babies will try to either walk to that bed or that bed, and they'll try to take the path of least resistance and go and fall right in here, which they then get taken over here. And now right here is what I have to sort out the babies from the adults. So obviously only babies can fall into this section here, and when the babies get pushed down here, they'll get pushed underneath this block, and they'll just be sitting right here on this block. And since they have no reason to, they won't jump. And even if they do jump, they'll only go so far up. When the babies eventually grow up, then their heads will be inside that water block, and that's when they'll start swimming up. And then they'll swim up, swim up, swim up, swim up, and then get caught in this stream and get dropped down into the sorting hall. I really like that design there because it kind of sorts out the babies from the adults. The sorting hall is not meant for babies. Babies can actually jump out of here by going up on top of or underneath the trapdoors if I don't have a profession table there yet. So it's kind of designed just for the adults. All right, well, hopefully that made sense to you. The next thing, yeah, let's get some villagers. I need to get set up through the nether and build a tunnel, get some boats, and go get some villagers. All right, here we go. Howdy. Got our 2 farmers ready to go here. I think they've got everything they need. There's crops here. Wondering why he hasn't picked it yet. It must be nighttime or something. No? Well, hopefully they get going with the crops and get breeding, and we can start getting some villagers into our villager hall. Oh, yeah, it is nighttime. Okay. Alrighty, mistakes were made. 2 mistakes to be exact. Number 1, I placed this thing down. I chose the wrong contraption and I placed this thing down. So this thing cut into all this stuff. Yeah. Well, this wasn't too bad of a mistake. I mean, I could hide that. That's not a big deal. Luckily, it didn't chop through any important buildings or anything. So, no harm done, I guess. But if you guys have multiple contraptions, it might be wise to name them, and especially when you have ones as destructive as this one. Now, I'm not going to go through tearing out all that glass because, I mean, glass is pretty free, so I'm just going to, well, yeah. I don't need that thing anymore. And I don't care about the glass. Alright, let me show you mistake number 2. So mistake number 2, well, I decided to start cleaning out the hole. And I made a special contraption to deal with this. But unfortunately, our recording software decided to glitch out or something. So I didn't get to show you guys any of this. So I'll show you how I did it with the contraption, but yeah, the hole is pretty much cleaned out. I still have my platform left over to clean out here, but basically what I did is I put a bunch of rails around this thing and just ran my mining machine over the top and with some modifications, and it mined underneath and cleared out all those blocks pretty cleanly. I mean, I had to go down there, I had to drop down on a few of these pillars and clean up a few leftover blocks further down, but it wasn't too bad. Oh, looks like I still got a little bit left here to clean up. But yeah, it wasn't too bad to clean that up with the mining machine. The modifications I made was basically to our original mining machine, and it's just basically that. Yeah, I mean, I moved the cart up top so that way it can mine underneath. So once I start that thing going, you put rails in front of it, push it, and it's going to go forward and mine underneath it, leaving all the dirt platform behind. So I felt like that was a cool little modification that I had to do there. Well, moving on, we've still got another project yet to do here, and that is to line all these walls and make them basically look like that over there. Now, normally this would be an almost impossible task if you weren't using the mods that I am using, but with the Effortless Build mod and the randomizer bag, it shouldn't be that hard to do. Now, going up and down this ladder, it takes a while, and with our limited inventory space, I don't want to be doing that. So I'm thinking there might be an easy way to do it, and that's to give a modification to our backpack. Now, one of the modifications I'm thinking about using is going to be one of these refill upgrades. So it says, let's see, it says keeps refilling stack of selected items in player's inventory. Okay, that doesn't seem too bad. I think that just means all I have to do is put a few stacks of what I'm using in our inventory, and as we use it with the Effortless Build mod, the backpack should just keep refilling it. At least I hope that's how it works. So we're going to give that a try and see if that helps us out. Alright, here we are. Okay, I've got my randomizer bag, and I've got a few stacks of the deep slate stuff that we're going to use. We're going to use kind of this ratio here. I left out the cracked stuff just because I thought that would slow me down, and honestly, I don't want to deal with it. You're not going to see it anyway from down here, or from up there. And then, of course, the backpack is full with a bunch of deep slate bricks, and polished deep slate. I may have to refine it as I go or add more as I go. Okay, let's see how this works out. Let's select our wall, and let's just start covering it up. How high can I go? Okay. Looks like I might be able to do this in like 4 goes. Okay, that's done. That's done. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. I gotta watch out because there's some holes every once in a while. I don't want to fall down there. I've already summoned a few wardens, and luckily I'm pretty safe up here, but the ancient city is always super scary. Okay, let's see. We've got this covered up to about there, so it might take about 4 tries to get this done with. Yeah. All right, well, it's just going to take some time, but yeah, let's just get going. And there we go. All done. The entire thing. I've got some weird lighting glitches here and there, but other than that, it's all complete. It's looking good. I'm real happy with how this turned out. It's really dark. We're probably going to end up adding like some support brackets, and I do have a plan for a focal point in the middle and of course a roof up here. But that's going to be on a later episode. But for now, ooh, this thing is done. I mean, it didn't take too long. It only took a few hours to do with the randomizer bag and effortless build mod, but not too bad, not too bad. That warden is really bugging me. I don't know why he hasn't despawned. He's stuck in the wall somewhere halfway through, but yeah, he's just sitting there growling and moaning in the wall. So I don't know. I don't want to have to fight him, but whatever. Anyway, coming back over here, while we were building all that, it looks like our trading hall has been populated quite a bit. All these guys just seem to have came up out of nowhere. Alright, so our trading hall is almost full, and we planned out all the tables already. Now, I do have some more tables that I want to put out. Like, I want to have this entire side over here just dedicated to librarians, and then this side over here for everything else. But I still have a few more tables that I want to put down. So I'm thinking about continuing this trading hall out forward and expanding it out this way. But I am limited to space because pretty soon we're going to poke out of the wall and, yeah, be exposed over here. So I got to be careful, and we're skimming right by our power generator here. But it's okay. It's okay. We're doing fine. Everything's good. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do some trading off camera, get my levels up. I have a lot of levels stored in my chest over there. And yeah, start gearing up a little better. I mean, I'm still running off of this old diamond pickaxe, and I went through several shovels just digging out the dirt that was down there for my scaffolding. And yeah, I want to get geared up and finally get some decent armor, weapons, and tools. But anyway, I do hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. We definitely got a lot done. We got our massive pit all dug out and textured all the walls. Not to mention started work on our east wing over here and got our trading hall pretty much almost done. I do hope that you guys have been enjoying the series so far. And if you have, please leave a like and a subscribe. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.